Saying the quiet part out loud. You don't have a healthy relationship because you're too addicted to the toxic ones. Most people at this point in their life really want a healthy relationship. They want to have the love of their life. They want to have that person settle down with, the person that makes them feel seen and loved and cherished. Herein lies the problem. We are brainwashed, and we have been brainwashed since children to look at toxic traits as good traits. And even if you try to undo a lot of these traits, you still subconsciously seek them out. So all those good, positive relationships you want to have, you have no idea how to maintain them. And that doesn't just speak to people who come from single parent households, because you could have two parents in a house and still have that environment be toxic as all hell. What I'm talking about is the desire for something that you don't know how to achieve yourself because you still want toxicity in your relationships. It doesn't matter if it's the extreme ones like cheating or abuse, or little ones just like starting fights and just always being permanently unhappy with your partner. We have been conditioned at this point in society to think that these little toxic traits are tests to make the other person see if they're still worthy of you. And the messiest thing about it is, we all do it. Men, women, we all do it. Everybody does this. Doesn't matter what you think is toxic for you. You have a toxic trait that you do to others because you want them to prove that they're worthy of you subconsciously. Psychologically speaking, this is not that unheard of. People have been researching this for years and saying that people are more attracted to the things that are dangerous and bad for them. That's why you have alcoholics, drug addicts, everybody who gets started into sex work or selling drugs or criminal. It's because there's a part in our brain that gets off, especially when you're around the wrong thing. Our dopamine floods our minds with that. What do you think will happen if you're in a boring relationship? You'll be calm. You won't have the dopamine rush. So you have to create a situation so you have a toxic situation so then you can get the dopamine rush you need in that relationship. It's not necessarily all your fault. I'm not saying it's not your fault, but I'm just saying there's a scientific and physical reason why this happens. Love is hard. Love can also be boring, and I think as a society we just aren't comfortable with the idea of boring anymore. When in reality, if life was boring, we'd all be a little bit more happy, wouldn't we?